absolutely amazing. I started going to them last year. Obviously, we've got Khalid in the back as well, who helps arrange them. Absolutely amazing. Probably the best one in the West Midlands. And you're right. in the UK. And one thing, as you mentioned, it's not necessarily going up to someone, even like selling yourself. It's just building relationships, small connections that you can walk away and potentially JV with, potentially, I don't know, source for, work with, which actually brings me nicely onto some of these questions, if you don't mind. I'm just going to jump straight into these newbie questions because they're absolutely amazing. You're going to recognize these names as well because they literally troll you. As soon as you're on a live, they're like 101 questions because we've got a lot of love for you. So the first question is actually a guy that you did a little sort of interview with, Kabir.
Yeah.
So just as we're on that point of sort of JVing, what qualities and characteristics do you look for when you're JVing with someone? Because obviously you're sort of renowned for being the JV sort of king, if you like.
Yes. So I think another realization that took some time was that people do business with people they know, like, and trust. Yeah. And what we have to do is become investable by allowing people to get to know, like, and trust us. And this is where I think social media has played a useful part, and especially sharing content. Someone said to me recently, why do you share good stuff? In fact, somebody even posted in one of the videos, I learned more in one of your videos than I did on a paid course. And the reason I share the content openly is because this is no longer a world about lack of information. We're no longer in the information age, we're information overload age. Yeah. There's plenty of information out there. So, if you can add good value to people and help people, what you're doing, you're building that trust. You're allowing people to get to know, like, and trust you before they even ever meet you. Yeah. And that's why I think social media is so powerful. But let's just park that to the side for a moment. Let's say, people, you haven't got a social media presence. People don't know you as such, and you're at a networking event. And why would somebody invest in you? So you have to think about and answering that question for yourself. How can I be investable? And if the shoe was on the other foot and you were the person approaching yourself, as it were, to say, I'm looking for investment, and it was your hard-earned money, would you invest? Yeah. And why would you invest? And this is what also helped me understand that personalities are different. Not everybody's the same. Some people will take their time to make decisions. They'll reflect on it. They're very slow decision makers, very analytical. Other people, big picture people, they'll make a decision in an instance. Do you see? Because it's for them, they base their the decision on emotion. So how do they feel about you? They get a good feeling about you. Great, let's do this. Yeah. And somebody else might be, yes, I can see that you're, we've met here a few times, but their decisions are going to come from logic. They need to revert back to the spreadsheet. Yeah. What's the spreadsheet say? What does the partner say? Do you see? Consult with a neighbor, whatever it might be. And these are just two extremes I'm trying to give, and there's personality traits in between as well. So when we're talking to people and we're trying to raise money, and when we're kind of unknown, we have to remember that not everybody's the same, and we have to adjust how we're speaking to people during that conversation. Yeah. And if you have one style, that's going to probably exclude 75%. Very true. So you have to adjust how you're communicating with people at networking events. This is a little bit more advanced, but this is all learnable. You start adjusting how you're working, and that could be the pace, the tone of how you're speaking to somebody, just to help build that rapport so much more quicker. Because remember, you have to allow the person to get to know, like, and trust you before you ever going to get to the point where they're ready to invest with you. Yeah. So what can you do to allow that to happen? Because if you think about it, when's the last time you parted with money and bought something from somebody you didn't like and you didn't trust? Yeah. We don't do it. Whether it's buying a used car, a new fridge, or whatever it might be, we just don't do it. If somebody turns up, the sales guy comes running up to you, hey, I see you looking at this car. And he says, no, I'm fine, I'm just browsing. Because that initial 2-second reaction that you got didn't give you a good feeling.
Yeah, no, I love that. And you touched on an important point there, where we're in a world which is dominated by social media. So to actually get your face out there, to allow people to get to know you, you can almost do it in the comfort of your own home. And you've become a big advocate of that. Obviously, I spoke about your YouTube channel, LinkedIn, your sort of your Facebook as well. I mean, you jumped on a Facebook Live for our Property Newbie community, which I think it got over about 45 people tuning in live, which was just absolutely phenomenal. You kind of briefly touched on it there, but I just wanted to pick your brain sort of at a deeper level.